Thank you for joining me. I want to wish all of my friends and family around the world a very happy Preparation Day today and a very happy Sabbath tomorrow. The Sabbath, of course, is a time when we celebrate our relationship with God and with our family and with our friends as well. And so I want to give a special challenge this weekend or this Sabbath to reach out to somebody that you have not heard from in a while. Whenever somebody crosses my mind that maybe I haven't seen in a while or maybe thought about in a while, I always want to make sure that I not only pray for them, but also send them a message to let them know that they are on my heart and on my mind, that I am praying for them as well as thinking of them. Whether it be a phone call, which is great, a text message, a Facebook message, just in the most appropriate way for their case. I just want to reach out and let them know that I'm thinking of them and praying for them. And that reaching out to others is so important. I remember a while back listening to an Unsolved Mysteries podcast. I'm an Unsolved Mysteries buff. And so I remember this one particular case was about a woman that was missing several years ago in Cleveland, Tennessee. And people hadn't seen her around, but nobody thought anything about it or took any action to reach out and try to find her until finally her hairdresser noticed that she wasn't making her regularly scheduled appointments when they were due, when she would usually be making them. And it was her hairdresser, not her best friends, not her church family, not even her physical family. It was her hairdresser that had to reach out to the police, who realized then that this lady was missing and has yet to be found. But I thought, how sad that it took her hairdresser reaching out, of all people, instead of somebody that would be much closer. But at the same time, I thought it was so vitally important that her hairdresser did reach out. And so what that tells me is we need to be reaching out to other people, even if we don't consider them our very best friend, because we don't know who else is reaching out or not reaching out to that person. And so we need to check in on people. And so I just want to encourage us to do that. Now, I know a lot of times, I'll be talking to somebody and I'll say, oh, well, you should call your brother, call your sister. And they'll say, oh, well, the phone works both ways. They can call me. Well, guess what? If the phone works both ways, that means you can call them. It works both ways, right? You can be the one that reaches out. Remember, God is the one who reached out to us. We did not reach out to him. So if we want to be like Jesus, if we want to be like God, that means we're going to be reaching out to people who are not reaching out to us. And again, that is just so important. And it's so important, too, that people doing the reaching out are not always the pastor or even the local elder, but just people who care. That means so much. Many times when people have been missing from church for quite a while, the pastor will call, an elder will call, and the first thing these people think is, oh, they're calling because that's their job. They don't care about me, that's just their job. And as a matter of fact, I remember years ago in Oklahoma, I was at a church where we had a visitation program. And we went to see somebody that hadn't been to church in a while. And when we knocked on the door and they saw us, the first thing they said was, oh, you've come here to check us off the list of your church visitation program, meaning you only came to visit us because it's a program and that's what you're supposed to do now. I think the best outreach program is no program at all. I think the best outreach program is when lay members, whatever their position is or is not, when lay people just reach out to other people, not because there's a program going on, but just because they care. That is the greatest outreach program ever. As a matter of fact, I remember doing an evangelistic series in Texas, and the church was planning a mentoring program, assigning mentors to the new people that came into the church through the evangelism program. And I remember the pastor then saying that he didn't really like that idea because he doesn't like the idea of this person is your mentor or this person's going to be your friend because they've been assigned by the church to be your friend. Again, these things should just happen naturally. And of course, we do need to look and make sure nobody's falling through the cracks. But again, the best mentoring program is no mentoring program. The best mentoring program is when people just take it upon themselves to reach out and befriend new members of the church. And the best outreach program to reach missing members, again, to me, is no program. The best outreach program is where people just do it naturally. Lay members, not just the pastor, not just the elders, but when everyone takes it upon themselves to reach out to others. So I want to encourage you this weekend, reach out to somebody that you haven't heard from in a while. Just let them know that you love them and care for them. You don't even have to invite them back to church. Just let them know that they're on your mind, you love them, and you might even offer to meet them sometime next week for lunch. Again, just because you care. All right, so that's my challenge for this week and every week, really. And I hope everyone has a great Sabbath. God bless.